Welcome to The Big Show and The Big Show TV, ladies and gentlemen.
We have a sign now.
Yes, we do.
If you'd like to see everything that's going on, remember to log on to Facebook. It's thebigshow.tv, and you'll be watching us for the next hour and see what we get up to.
We didn't do this, okay?
Yeah.
Our fans did this for us, so thank you so much to, once again, David, and to Ren, and to Munesh, and to Frida. But this morning we have our special guest with us. He is a personal development coach. He is Luke Tan. Good morning, Luke.
Good morning, everyone. Love the energy, and good morning to everyone that's listening and watching right now. Excited to be here.
Fantastic. We're excited to have you. Now, just a very quick introduction of you, Luke. You're a personal development coach, as Glenn mentioned. You're also an author and a veducator. Now, this is the first time I'm sure a lot of people have not heard what that means. Can you tell us a little bit more?
I basically educate on being veg, vegan, a plant-based diet. So that's what I do, and I advocate it. And I have been on this lifestyle for over almost a decade now. 100% plant-based diet. Yeah.
Okay,
so it's
and
been a while.
what got you started on the plant-based diet?
I think what got me started was really inspiration from my wife, who had a health benefit from a plant-based diet. And then for me, the penny really dropped when I watched a documentary on animal cruelty. So I literally turned vegan overnight, and 10 years later, this lifestyle has brought me so much, from increased recovery, health, deeper sense of purpose, to also now a career just to advocate this lifestyle to everyone to live healthier, and while, creating a healthier and greener planet as well.
And was it Cowspiracy that made you turn around?
No, actually not Cowspiracy. Cowspiracy just came a lot later. When I watched it was probably about 8-9 years ago. It was Earthlings, the documentary.
Oh, yes.
And now there's another one called Dominion. So Earthlings was the one that made me realize that my kilo of meat was really a cow. So
yes, that's the one that's the one that's narrated by Joaquin Phoenix. I couldn't get through
Correct.
it because a lot of the videos were really painful.
Tough.
Right.
Very painful to watch. Yeah.
So you turned to a plant-based diet because of animal cruelty. Many people do it for various reasons.
Various reasons, yeah.
Indeed.
Right. So you weren't expecting the kind of benefits that you're experiencing now.
Not at all. Yeah, I mean, for me, I just went into this lifestyle because it felt right in my heart, and I just felt I couldn't contribute to it anymore. But never would I have expected to experience the benefits that I've experienced, and even now, I'm still reaping the benefits of this lifestyle. So yeah, really coming into it for animal welfare with no idea, and then here I am right now,
but how are
chatting with all of you guys.
How are you so muscular?
Yeah, I was about to ask. Yeah.
And you don't eat meat. Maybe people make fun of vegetarians and vegans and all that, saying they're weak and but you're not only muscular, you're lean, you're chiseled. You're like a
He's a bodybuilder.
Yeah. So how is that possible?
Firstly, I'm glad this is recorded because I want to play that back when I'm feeling a little bit down about myself.
We're here to motivate.
Thank you. Well, I mean, that's the thing. There's a lot of misconception on a plant-based diet. Firstly, protein is one thing. For me, it's all about nutrients and how much nutrients I can jam into each calories. And plant-based diet really has a lot more nutrients and a lot more. It's also a lot more anti-inflammatory, contains antioxidants. So I get a lot more nutrients, but at the same time, in terms of building muscle, it's not just protein per se. It's how you sleep, how you train, how often you train, how you recover, your immune system. So all these factors play a part into building a lean, muscular body, as you shared, Glenn, earlier. And also, the type of training that I do at CrossFit. I used to bodybuild at CrossFit. Now I do calisthenics, animal-based, ground-based movements. Was doing Krav Maga. So I kind of take a very holistic approach to training, nutrition, mindset. And I think later we'll go into just kind of the 6 pillars of really human performance, I would say.
It's interesting. I just want to go back to that immune situation. So your immunity went up when you went plant-based.
Mm-hmm.
That's
indeed.
That's very...
significantly. Yeah. Sorry, you were about to say something?
No, I was just saying that's amazing that it would increase significantly.
Yeah, not many people relate getting off meat and going on plants to raising your immunity
level.
Now, we're about to go back onto Facebook, and Luke, you've just had your second child. She's only 4 weeks old.
Indeed.
Congratulations.
I'm sure you and your
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. I'm sure you and your wife are still trying to find your balance. So that's what we're going to speak about the 6
Indeed.
pillars of having a balanced day and life.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
In the meantime, here are the Divinals on The Big Show and The Big Show TV. 1FM 91.3. We're speaking to Luke Tan.
So, Luke, baby number 2 came along not too long ago, and you
Indeed.
and you both. One question I want to ask: both you and your wife are vegan, correct?
Correct.
Are you raising your children as vegans as well?
Sienna has been 100% plant-based vegan since birth.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are raising them, particularly Sienna and Sarah's just on breast milk
Breast
right now.
milk.
So
And how old is Sienna now?
Sienna is 4, and she's really healthy, really energetic, and we don't really say, all right, you can't have this. We teach her why, and then if she has birthday cakes at school and stuff like that, we're not too fussed, but we do share with the teachers that she's pretty much plant-based. So has been going really well.
Just a question: Is it a problem with school and food in school because your child is plant-based?
Yeah.
No, not these days actually, because we just let the kid, particularly the school that we go to, we let the teachers know, and they actually cater for her, so there's no issue there. Yeah, I think especially at this day and age, there's many vegetarians, whether it's through religion or whether it's through whatever reason, it's a lot more accessible, as we know in Singapore as well, so it's quite common, so it's easy.
Okay.
Okay, so today you're going to be talking about the 6 pillars of cultivating a balanced day in life. Can you tell us a little bit more about those pillars?
Yeah, I think the 6 pillars is the 6 dimensions that I look to having a balanced day. And for me right now, as I'm trying to recalibrate, it's all about finding balance in these 6 pillars. So in a nutshell, what the 6 pillars are would be stress management. That's number 1. 2 would be fitness and movement. Number 3 is sleep and recovery. Ooh. Number 4 is diet and nutrition, how you eat, how you feel, how you hydrate. Number 5 is nature, time for silence, meditation. And number 6 is connection with the people around you. And I would say with your family, with your tribe, with the community around you. So these are the 6 pillars that I look at I would kind of score myself at the end of each day. What am I in terms of nutrition? And then see whether I'm doing well or what can I improve on the area. So I think those are the 6 dimensions.
So these 6 dimensions are dimensions that you try to hit every day. So connecting with people, going out into nature. Obviously your diet and nutrition, sleep, recovery, that pretty much comes quite naturally to you because it's already part of your day. Then your stress management, how do you handle that?
I think stress management, right now we need to look at why we're so stressed, back in the day we were running away from the saber-toothed tiger, but now we're running away from the saber-toothless tiger. Pooh tiger? That was a dad joke.
Dad joke.
Yeah.
I love it.
I qualify for dad jokes now.
You do.
So I think that's the thing. We live in such a stressful environment, and the last thing we do sometimes we check our email, we check socials. There's blue light, so we don't actually get a time to just stop. And I look at stress in 2 different aspects, which is positive stress, which is eustress, which is stress that you actually need that will help you grow, versus distress, which is negative stress. So positive stress would be things like going to the gym. Going to the gym, waking up early for the morning ritual, which I do, taking a cold shower to improve your alertness, focus, circulation, or maybe signing up for public speaking course. It's like, I don't want to go for this course, but I do it. And that's what I did for improv. I did improv a while back. I was like, oh no, what I'm going to do with improv? And I just jumped in and I just had heaps of fun. And distress is what we experience every single day, emails, the toothless tiger, and I think sometimes social media adds to stress as well, work stress, deadlines. And research has shown that 40% of stress comes from the nutrition, from the food that we eat. So the food actually contributes so much to our stress levels, and it creates digestive issues, hormonal imbalances, inflammation, and of course, down the track, chronic disease. So question is, how can we manage it? How can we better manage stress? I mean, there are a few practices that I use and I advocate for clients to use. Firstly is, I think, as we all know, gratitude, finding what you're grateful for. You know, let's say if we're in lockdown, it's like, oh, I can't do this, but what do you have around you? How are you lucky being in this? You have your friends, you have your family around you, you've got Zoom to connect with people. So finding gratitude in the little things. And for me, the next thing would be journaling as well. And I find that sometimes there are useless thoughts that are just ping-ponging around my head, and they'll continue ping-ponging around my head until I either share it with someone,
Right.
or journal it out, put it out into the world. So journaling would be one thing, and the next one would be movement, going for a run, you know, the endorphins that you experience after running, movement, and also breathing, which is one of the topics that I've been a chronic asthmatic all my life, as I have been on Ventolin and Symbicort, which are just preventers and steroid inhalers for a very long time. And ever since I've retrained the way I breathe, I have been kind of drug free for, I would say, 3 months now. So it has been on many levels, breath.
Yeah. Because FD is
Yes.
on all these things.
I'm on Ventolin and Symbicort as well.
Awesome.
So
I mean, not awesome.
no, I know exactly what it's like when you have one of those days and it's just hard to breathe. What do you mean you retrained your breathing?
Okay. What I mean by retrain my breathing is I used to be.
Don't tell him, Luke. Charge him for it. You know.
Okay.
Get him to go down and meet
FD,
you, and then
I'll send you my Calendly link. You can check in for a session later.
Absolutely. I will, really. Because I find that Ventolin and Symbicort, the one side effect to it that's horrible is weight. Weight.
Indeed.
It's really
Yeah.
bad.
Okay, we're going to go back on air, and Luke, I'll need you to repeat the 6 pillars, because I think that's
Yeah.
something that our
Yeah.
radio listeners who are not
Did not
watching
get,
Sure.
yeah.
will benefit
Sounds
from.
good.
Yeah, so we'll do that
Sounds
again.
good.
Yeah. Lady A, formerly Lady Antebellum, with a track called Need You Now, right here on 1FM's Big Show. We have with us our special guest for this morning. He is a personal development coach, Luke Tan. And Luke, you were going to tell us about these 6 pillars to a balanced day and life. And I think this is going to be so beneficial for people. And this is why, I think, more and more people are tuning into the Big Show, because I think, especially during these times,
Yeah.
we need radio shows that feature people like Luke.
Yes.
To help everyone out.
Yes.
And not
Yeah.
just a
Absolutely.
dumb radio show. All right. So thank you once again, Luke, for being on the show
Thank you.
today.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
So, Luke, can you take
Yeah.
us through the 6 pillars, please?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in terms of 6 pillars, this is the 6 dimensions that I would look to having a balanced day, a balanced life in general. So the first pillar would be stress management and how you manage your stress. The next pillar would be fitness and movement. How much are you moving throughout the day? The third would be how are you sleeping and how are you recovering at night? The fourth would be how you eat, your nutrition, how you hydrate as well, which falls under that pillar. Number 5 would be time in nature, and also time for silence, how whether you're meditating, whether you're finding quiet time. And the final piece would be connection to the people around you, to your family members, putting away the phone during dinner time, actually having conversations, and also connecting to your community. Maybe you do line dancing, maybe you do CrossFit, you run, maybe going to church or your temple, but having that element of connection, I think, is important. And these 6 factors are what would create more, I would say, a balanced way of living, being, and just, I would say just starting a day with gratitude as well is also key. So yeah, those are the 6 pillars.
I failed. I've just got 2 out of 6.
What did you score?
Fitness and connection.
Fitness and connection.
I don't have the rest.
You don't have the rest? Well, okay, wait. Let's just start from the top, because earlier you were talking about stress management, and you were saying that there are different ways that we can manage our stress, including the food that we eat, because that sometimes causes people, say, indigestion or inflammation and stuff like that. But what really struck me was when you talked about journaling, and you said you have a lot of useless thoughts in your head that say circle around in your head, and you need to expel these thoughts. Whenever I think about journaling, I always think about putting sort of thoughts that I want to be kept,
Yeah.
as opposed to useless thoughts. So this is the first time I've heard that, but tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I think you could do that for that. I do actually write that thoughts that I want to keep as well, stuff that happened during the day that really made me feel a certain way. But I also feel like the journaling is just literally an opportunity for me to just unload any chatter, but at the same time, not just unload the chatter, but find solutions to the chatter. Because a lot of times we just listen to that narrative, just right like a broken record, it just goes over and over, and 5 years later you haven't done anything around about it. You don't have a strategy to overcome it. So for me, when I journal and I do have this broken record going, I would use this model called PROP, P-R-O-P. What are my priorities right now? Where I'm based on where I'm at, what are the realities based on where I am right now, and what are the options moving forward, and the next path ahead, which is the final step, the micro goals. So if I'm feeling this way, what is the single most important thing that I could do to shift myself? It could just be packing my gym bag. That could be just that number one thing, versus going to the gym 3 times a week, training, eating well. It could just be packing my gym bag. And a lot of times it's that one piece that causes us to propel forward. And as Lao Tzu, Sun Tzu, the journey of 1,000 steps begins with a single. I've just butchered that, but you get the idea.
That's okay. We butcher words all the time. Luke, you were talking about your plant-based journey. Your wife is plant-based as well. You advocate eating whole foods. Your 2 children, including your 4-week-old, who will eventually no longer be 4 weeks old, she's also on a plant-based journey. You started because of ethical reasons.
Correct.
What about people that want to do it for health reasons? Because you say you are still reaping the rewards of a plant-based diet. What have you seen?
I mean, I've seen I'm the co-host of Plant Fit Summit, which is a global online event that marries together plant-based health, fitness, and sustainability. What I've discovered in my career and interviewing people and meeting people in the community, people have reversed chronic diseases from type 2 diabetes, better managed type 1, reverse heart disease, certain types of cancer, Alzheimer's, increased athletic careers, athletes that used to not be able to compete again. So some people have made in your audience, or some of you guys that may have watched Game Changers that came out a while ago. So all those benefits. And I've seen it all, people who have lost pretty much, 60, 70, 80 kilos just by making that one switch. So across the board, and that's why they say the plant-based diet is like the Swiss Army knife of nutrition, because there's one tool for many uses.
Right.
Okay.
We are speaking to Luke Tan, a personal development coach, and we are reaping the benefits from talking to him. I can tell you that right now. On the radio, let's listen to Candy Station, or rather Candy Staten, right now with her version of Young Hearts Run Free, right here on 1FM 91.3, Good Times, Greatest Hits. It's the first time I'm hearing this
song,
this version.
Yeah, it's quite
Candy
nice.
Staten.
I've heard this version. It's quite
must
good.
be a VIP song.
Luke, before we get back to you and what we were talking about, just want to tell you, one of our viewers on Facebook, Trevor Nerva, says to say hello. He knows you from St. Francis Xavier Parish.
I do know him. Yes, Trevor. Hi, Trevor.
Do you sing? Do you sing as well?
No, I don't. I tried to at karaoke, but I every time the mic came to me, I was like, no, it's okay.
Hey, also a big shout out to Anson. We all know Anson, right?
Yes.
Anson
Yeah.
Wee.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
because he's now plant-based as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
Oh, wow.
yeah, speaking of people who
Awesome.
are lean and muscular and all that, Anson has not lost any muscle after
He's Mr. Muscles,
turning to
Good
the plant-based
plant-based.
diet. Because I did it for 60 days, right? And then he started.
Wow.
I said, bro, you're not gonna last, lah.
How long has he lasted for?
Well, he's lasted for a long time now.
Nice,
Yeah,
okay.
over a year already now, I think. So
There you
Anson-
go.
Look,
Good
can
job.
I ask you about
Good work,
your day? Can I ask you about
Of course.
what you eat throughout the day? Because you train as well, and I know
Yes.
most of us we work out and we were burning and we're pushing ourselves. So what do you actually eat and consume throughout the day?
So I guess for me, to start, I practice time restricted eating. I break my fast about 11 to 12. So I stop eating about 7 p.m. So I break my fast about 11 to 12. And sometimes I break my fast with just fresh fruit, just to ease my gut ease my digestion into the day ahead. So I might start, I normally start with my big bowl of oats. I've had the same bowl of oats for goodness. They talk about having the same meal every single day. That's me.
And Angel.
And yeah, I've been doing my overnight oats since I started on this show about
There
3
you
months
go.
ago. Yeah.
There we go. You know,
I
if
haven't
it
had
works,
a-
why change?
Yep.
I haven't had a piece of fruit in months.
Oh no.
Wow. Okay.
I forgot what it
I'll
tastes
set a
like.
goal for you.
Soju white
Have-
grape
have
counted.
fruit.
Soju is not
Stir-
counted.
Oh, soju not counted.
Soju, soju, just like vodka is not a vegetable. Although it's made from potatoes.
Really?
Yeah, there you
It's not
go.
a vegetable?
No, no.
Oh, no.
No, Sean, cannot. You need to eat better now.
Yeah, you
now
do.
that you are top instructor,
Yes.
you need
There
to
you
do
go.
I need
there
to
you
take care
go,
of my body.
Sean.
That's right. That's
You
right.
do.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, carry on. Sorry.
Carry on.
Oh yeah. So I'll have my big bowl of oats, and then throughout the day I may stack of fresh fruit. I love fruit. Like for me, my favorite fruit is jumperda and Mao Shang Wang when it comes.
Oh, yeah, brother.
So, yeah, there you go. It stinks up the whole place, but who cares?
Exactly.
So I have fresh fruit, and then towards the end we may have like a pasta, grain bowl, and ramen, and anything I find that people think, oh, how do you do plant-based? Just anything that you can find that is not plant-based, just Google, put a plant-based or vegan in front, you're gonna find a recipe for it. So I made char kway teow a while back. I just found, okay, char kway teow plant-based, and I found it, and I just used tauge and all that stuff and made my own healthy char kway teow minus the lard, minus all the bad stuff. So yeah, so I have like a normal meal in the evening, but I would say if we want to look at macros, I probably consume about 3,000 to 3,500 calories.
Wow.
But a lot of these,
Wow.
yeah, because I train about 6 days a week, pretty intense. And I mean, for me, I have a standing desk. If you can see, this is the thing that my dad made for me. So I try and keep active as much as I can. But yeah, 3,500 calories, and all my calories contain fiber, antioxidants, nutrients, all your macros, protein, carbs, fats. So yeah, I think that's what has kept me going for a while. So really not rocket science stuff, really just whole foods, plant-based.
So obviously 3,500 calories is not for everybody.
No,
if
definitely
you're training someone, say for me, what would you recommend on a daily basis that I eat, and just to get up like a regular workout? Say I do an hour of yoga every day, but what would you recommend the amount of calories to be?
I think if I were to work with you, I would probably look at how often you're training, how long, and I'll establish your basal metabolic rate. So your basal metabolic rate is how many calories you burn based on your activity levels. So let's say if you're a sedentary person doing yoga versus an athlete, your basal metabolic rate, your caloric needs will be different. So in your case, I would guesstimate maybe and the basal metabolic rate considers your age, your weight, your height, your activity level, and you might be 2,200, 2,300, and you sit in that. And it's easy to hit that if you're eating whole foods and stuff that's, if you're plant-based kind of foods that are higher in calorie density, because you can't really do well in a plant-based diet just by eating salads. You need to eat like whole grains, starches, legumes, tofu, nuts and seeds. And I would say, to answer your question, about 2,200 to 2,500 calories. I'm sorry, my cat is meowing now.
No,
It's
it's
okay.
fine.
Don't worry.
We
We
love
can't-
cats. We love
If
animals.
he pops up, I'll bring him up.
Sure,
His name is
yeah.
Chubbs.
Yes.
So okay, Luke, everyone needs to know you're human. Well, what do you
Yes.
eat on cheat day? What does
Oh,
your
what do
cheat
I
day
eat
look
on cheat day? Well, it doesn't really. I guess I don't really have a cheat day per se. I apply the 80-20 rule. So if I were to have like 21 meals, so 3 times 7, 21 meals a week. Out of those meals, about 2 meals will be out, and it's normally a Saturday night and a Friday night. So Friday night we order food in. So I might order from Green Dot.
Okay,
Right, yeah.
Green Dot,
I might have Green Dot. So
Yeah.
and then Saturday I might go to where's this place that Emily and I we really love Black Tap. Or going to Black Tap. There is an Impossible Burger, and also there's Privé. And there's this place called Sunny Slices, which serves vegan pizza.
Pizza,
And
I've tried it,
Oh my
yes.
God.
It's very, very good.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
you should also
Yeah.
try this place called Kind Bowl, which is Vietnamese food
Yes.
along Killiney.
Very good.
Very,
yeah,
very
I
good
love,
Vietnamese food.
Right.
Yeah,
love.
And for
Very
ice cream,
authentic
kind
food.
cones.
kind cones.
Yes, kind cones. Every Friday, kind cones, because I take my daughter to gymnastics at Forum.
Forum, okay.
So at 4:30, we will be there,
Right.
and we will be having kind cones. So
And
guys,
for cupcakes, Roa cupcakes.
Roa, have you tried Roa cupcakes?
yes.
Okay, awesome.
Definitely, Jane is a
Morning, Jane.
brilliant job.
She
Morning,
does,
Jane.
She does.
Yeah, very good job.
So, Luke,
Yeah.
what would you say, or has Sienna ever wanted like a big fat beef burger?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I not she doesn't gravitate towards that. But now, we read stories to her, and it's funny because the other day we were walking to this vegan burger joint called Non Vietnam, which is amazing as well.
Yeah.
And we walked past Aston's.
Okay.
Aston's,
Yeah.
you know what Aston's is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we walked past Aston's and we're walking, and she saw this, and all of a sudden I said, "Papa, poor chicken, poor cow."
Oh, okay. So education is key then.
Yeah, vegetation is key. Yes, indeed.
Vegucation.
Education.
There we go. New word, new syllabus.
So, Luke, I just want to ask you this because, if people want to get in touch with you, they can log on to your website. That's luketan.co. Am I right?
Yep, correct.
Now, for someone who is not on a plant-based diet, who would like to consult you, are you open to doing that, or do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am open to doing that. Definitely. And coming up as well, I've literally just launched a 8-day challenge, and the challenge incorporates movement tips, daily habits, as I've shared briefly. I'm not sure whether we're going to get through the 6 pillars today, but we'll try our best. Daily habits, but also adding nutrients to your diet. So it's thev8system.com/kickstart. There's a free 8-day challenge there, the v8system.com/kickstart. And also, I'm open to consultation as well. Just hit me up, send me an email. Love to be able to support you on your journey. But I look at it from a very kind of holistic, 3-dimensional way of living.
Yeah.
Because I think every piece integrates with the other.
Right. Back to FD's question earlier on about breathing.
Breathing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You said you changed your breathing style. Because I'm on Ventolin and Symbicort like you are. I find the biggest problem and I know what it's like when you have those days it's hard to breathe. You changed your breathing style because I want to wean myself off this because I find that the Ventolin and the Symbicort are a real hindrance if you try to lose weight. So
Definitely. I mean, to answer your question, I would say beyond that, there are a lot of whole host of side effects. I mean, being on a lifestyle of steroids, being there as well, definitely does boost your cortisol levels, your stress hormones,
Yes.
which affects weight gain, which
Yes.
affects everything really. So to answer your question, how to breathe better, I would say is one game changer for me is nasal breathing, because a lot of times.
We touched that on that on air.
Okay, stand by. Sorry.
okay.
All right, sweet. So.
1FM 91.3 traffic.
Alrighty, we've got the usual delays across the expressways. That's not going to surprise anybody too much as you head out this morning. But there are 1 or 2 areas to look out for as you face your day today. Dunnan Road towards the city, that's a little slow after the Wayang Satu flyover. So it's not just the expressways, it is off the expressways as well. Please stay within the speed limit. Have everyone buckled up. Be safe as you drive today.
Back on The Big Show TV and The Big Show with Luke Tan, personal development coach, all-round great human being and veducator. Thank you once again, Luke, for joining us today.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
So, Luke, we were talking about people who want to change their breathing style. People like myself and yourself who've done it because we're on Ventolin and stuff like that. What's the system? How do we do it?
Okay, basically, I would even right now, I'll get you guys to just try connecting to your breath. Okay, just sit up where you are right now. And if you're driving, maybe pull to the side. And maybe if you're on the expressway, just keep driving.
Okay.
So what the thing is that the key to deep breathing is activating your diaphragm. So deep diaphragmatic breathing. So where you are right now, I'll get you to just close your eyes and just focus on breathing in through your nose and feeling and putting your finger below your belly button and almost feel your stomach rise
Well,
and fall.
There's a lot of stomach there.
Mine keeps slipping because my stomach's so...
Everything needs a
Okay,
pump.
just try and hold it there. You engage your biceps and hold your finger there. Okay, just focus on that deep breathing and imagine filling up a jug of water from the top of the jug all the way to the bottom, from the bottom all the way to the top, I must say. Just focus on belly rise for 3 seconds. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in through your nose. Belly rise and breathing out through your mouth. And now focus on doing the same thing, but just trying to use your nose. Breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your nose with your mouth shut. Really take your time to release the air and just keep going through that cycle. Breathing in through your nose for about 4 seconds now. And breathing out through your nose, feeling that belly full, emptying the jug. Just give me 3 more reps and feeling, breathing in through your nose again. Belly rise and breathing out, belly full through your nose. Let's go for one last rep. And in, belly rise and emptying that jug, belly full.
This is radio, ladies and gentlemen. There you go.
Yeah, this is
That's
radio.
all right.
There you
This
go.
is radio.
Breathing.
Yeah.
Everyone can do with deep breaths.
For those of you who
breath,
didn't
so-
like that, you don't know radio. It is
You don't know radio.
the theater
The silence.
of the mind.
The theater of the mind. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
And these are exercises that you can do, like you were saying, if you're driving, keep on driving and stuff, without
Yeah.
obviously closing your eyes. But you can take those deep breaths through your nostrils and out.
Indeed.
Just to
Indeed.
lower your heartbeat as well.
I'm just saying it's an amazing thing that everybody can't. You can't say you can't do it because you could do this as you were walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. And that's the thing. I did 2 things there. Firstly, I got you to focus on deep breaths and increasing the length of time you breathe. But the second thing that I got you to focus on was breathing through your nose.
Yeah.
Because our nose is optimal for breathing. Our nose is designed for breathing. The next time you run, if you go for a little jog or train, try breathing through your nose. It's going to be a little bit awkward, especially if you're in a mouth breather. But if you, and that was what happened when I first started running. Okay, I'm going to try this nasal breathing. What I found as time went by, I started to improve my gait, I improved my recovery. And because of nasal breathing, there were times when I set myself a goal. I am not going to touch my Ventolin and Symbicort for 30 days, whatever it is, by hook or by crook. So when I got an attack, and I get attacks as well, all I went back down to is firstly calming, breathing. Breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system to calm you down. But at the same time, it allows me to kind of mitigate the stress response and breathe out of my attack. Because the attack is not permanent. The attack is, there's a spike, and then you need to get through that spike, and then your body will recalibrate. And I've learned, and through this process, I've learned that to distinguish between an actual need for an inhaler versus a dependency.
Right.
Because the thing is that as an asthmatic, the moment you get a little bit of a slight wheeze, where's my inhaler?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You just reach
Exactly.
for it.
Yeah. Where's my fire
But-
extinguisher?
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Where's my fire?
You know what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the body has its own way of recalibrating. And I actually wrote a long blog post on reversing my chronic. I'm not a medic. Let's just put the flag out there. I'm not a medical professional. This is what I did for myself, and it
Right.
worked for me. So I will share that blog post with Angelique,
Yes,
and
please do.
and maybe we can chat, FD.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
love to help you and support you on your journey, because
Sure.
it's debilitating to rely on.
It's horrible, man. It's horrible.
Absolutely. You get panic attacks and all that,
It's
as a
horrible.
result of that. Okay,
Indeed.
up next we've got Fine Young Cannibals. Yes, She Drives Me Crazy on The Big Show. We're also on thebigshow.tv with Luke Tan. Very nice.
So, Luke, what you just took us through the whole breathing exercise, which can be done anywhere, anytime. And this is something
Correct.
also that I learned when I did yoga, because I was always breathing through my mouth.
Yeah.
I always thought breathe through your
You're a
nose and
mouth
out through your
breather.
mouth. Yeah, mouth breather, right? But then the lady that I trained with actually taught me to breathe through my nose, which is not easy for the first time. But it is also a form of
Correct.
meditation, isn't it? Because you're regulating your heartbeat. You're slowing
Indeed.
your heartbeat down, and then you're filling your lungs up. So, what other tips can you give us about breathing? Because I know you have a lot of different breathing methods that you can recommend.
Yes.
But before that,
Yeah.
Angel,
Yeah.
before
Yes.
that, just for the benefit of people who have blocked noses most of the time.
Yeah, okay.
So it's a bit harder for these
Definitely.
people. Just want to make it
Sinuses.
very clear. It is not wrong breathing through the mouth, right?
No, I'm not saying
it's
that's
not.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
As
Okay.
long
Not
as
at
you
all.
breathe.
Yeah, don't forget.
Yeah, definitely. Just don't forget to breathe. All right. So yeah, definitely good point there, because I do have sinuses. It's when your nose is blocked.
Yeah.
It is a lot harder. So you do what you can, of course. If all things are fair, well and good, your nose is not blocked, activate your nasal breathing. But I would say also, if you're constantly having nasal blockages, you need to look at why. There's obviously some sort of allergen or intolerance in there. And I would say the best thing that someone can do if they're constantly having a blocked nose, mucus and phlegm, skin conditions, is eliminate dairy. Because
yeah.
dairy, like particularly majority of the populations, like 80 to 90% of Asians are allergic to dairy at some level, from mild allergies, from indigestion to like full-on hives and eczema and things like that. So eliminate dairy. So yeah, back to your question, Angelique, what kind of breathing practices? I mean, there are a few different breathing practices that I use. If I can't get to bed, I would do this thing called the mother's breath, which is really a 4-second in, a 7-second pause, and an 8-second exhale through my nose. And that allows me to relax and focus on my breathing as I fall asleep, and rather than counting sheep.
I did
doesn't
that
work.
last night, actually, the 478.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. It's also
Wow.
known as the tranquilizer breathing.
Wow.
It does work.
4,
Yeah,
7, 8.
It does work.
4, 7, 8, and yeah.
And then
all right,
hold.
hold.
For 7, and then out through your nose for 8 counts. It's almost like counting sheep, because you're concentrating
Yeah.
on the counts as well.
Indeed,
You know, and it slows everything down, so it does work.
So that's number 2, and number 3 would be box breathing. And box breathing is something that I do every single day for about 2 sessions of 20 minutes. I use it to engage my witness. I use it to also find answers to questions that I have unanswered using my own. And I think I believe that we all have the answers to everything. We just need to drown out the noise and really find silence, and the inner wisdom will come. So box breathing would be like literally a box. 5 seconds, breathe in, 5 seconds, pause, 5 seconds, breathe out, 5 seconds, pause. And that's why
Okay.
it's called a box. That's
Right.
why it's called a box breathing. So you could change the ratio of whether it's 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 3 seconds. So these are a few breath practices that I use. And then of course there's the Wim Hof ones, which
10
will,
seconds.
yeah, exactly. So that's something that I'm new to. So I want to kind of get into that. So
Okay. Hold on. One moment.
93 traffic.
Usual delays across the expressways. Not very much to tell you about other than that. You're not going to run into too many problems. Just stay within the speed limit, please. Make sure you've got everyone buckled up. Drive safely today.
Good morning, Singapore. We've been speaking to Luke Tan, personal development coach, and what a pleasure this has been, Luke, speaking to
Thank you.
And we've learned so very much, and I'm sure we can learn even more.
Yes.
For those of you who want to get in touch with Luke, you can do so by logging on to luketan.com. Cole. He's going to be so good for you, folks.
Yeah. And if you missed if you're just joining us at the tail end of this session with Luke, you can always go to our Facebook page, thebigshow.tv, to catch up on the entire video, because Luke joined us at 8 o'clock. So that's 40 minutes of sitting with Luke, who is a personal development coach, and he was talking a little bit more about the 6 pillars of having a balanced day and life.
I will tell you, Luke, I will be getting in touch with you to talk about that whole Ventolin Sempergot thing so we can
Definitely.
sort it out.
I'm excited to be able to support you over there.
That's gonna be
because
really
I know how it feels. I know exactly how it feels.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Thank you so much, Luke. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on The Big Show.
Thank you. Thank you very much for allowing me to be here. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to get through all the pillars. I think this will be a masterclass of the whole day.
One day
But we
we'll
got
do
through
it.
some.
Yes.
But as I said, please get in touch with Luke at luketan.co. Thank you so much, Luke. Love to the family, and please continue
Thank you.
to do the great things that you've been doing.
Have a
to
great
help
week
people.
Thank you very
ahead.
much.
All right.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.